If we want to get a sense of just how far medicine is going to go in the next 30 years, we could do worse than look at what's happened in the last 2,000 years. So I'm standing here in front of one of the first apartment blocks in the civilized world, in Rome. If we look, it used to stretch down a couple of stories, and scholars think that it was another couple of stories higher than here. Something like 400 to 500 people used to be crammed into this apartment block. And one of the things that Romans didn't know about was the cause of all the diseases they got, because the first pandemics came out of places just like this. And just like in the modern world, a whole lot of rich Romans used to flee to their villas when the disease outbreaks started to spread in the cities. And New York residents will remember a familiar feeling when the same thing happened during COVID. But I'm here to present on the future of medicine. And in the last 2,000 years, we've come through a period of understanding bacteria, understanding sanitation and the importance of that in human health outcomes, in building on the early scholars of medicine like Galen to create a vast body of knowledge about what happens and what therapies might help us in different circumstances. But all that is as nothing compared to the next 30 years. And that's because we're getting really small in our understanding. We're going beyond the medicines to the molecules and the protein. Just this year in 2022, we started to reverse engineer, using artificial intelligence, reverse engineer molecule designs for proteins, so we could start with the protein we want for a medicine and actually get artificial intelligence to tell us how to construct it from the molecules. Going forward, it's not just that, but all the derivatives of CRISPR, these genetic toolkits that we've created. And I'm wearing this t-shirt in honor of Jennifer Doudna, one of my heroes, who won the Nobel Prize for her creation of CRISPR with Emmanuel Charpentier. And then beyond that, we're getting into subatomic work and understanding how electrons interact so that we can look at pathways to building the right molecules using quantum computing. We are indeed about to enter an era that I would call the golden age of medicine, an absolute golden age in terms of accelerated drug development. Things are going to happen so fast in the next 10 years that we're going to have to rethink the way we do drug trials, because the big bottleneck now is in the testing and the regulation side, because we're cutting months and indeed years off the development of new drugs, new proteins and new therapies. It's a really exciting time to be talking about medicine. And that's before you get into all the practical stuff about the future of hospitals and rethinking the economics of healthcare, and AI in nursing, and artificial intelligence in offloading parts of medicine to us as consumers so we can make our own smart decisions before we go anywhere near a health system. So that's my exciting thought for the day. I'm very enthused, and I'm looking forward to seeing what unfolds even in the next 3 to 4 years, let alone the next 30 years.